And now moving to the race for the White House, while President Joe Biden is aggressively spending his campaign money, his Republican opponent, Donald Trump, is languishing in a New York courtroom. Driven by massive ad buys, the Biden campaign spending quadrupled in March. The president's campaign spent over $29 million last month. On Tuesday, while Joe Biden made a campaign trip to his birthplace, Scranton, Pennsylvania, Donald Trump managed to take some time out from the Manhattan court proceedings for a mini campaign stop in New York. Our next report gets you the latest on all the political barbs and legal wranglings taking place in the race for the White House.
As the 2024 race to the White House picks up pace, President Joe Biden's re-election campaign has its strategy clear. Raise more cash, and spend it faster. In recent weeks, President Joe Biden has aimed to show himself off as a fundraising juggernaut, and rightly so. His campaign has made significant early investments, leaving his Republican opponent Donald Trump's campaign scrambling to catch up. There has also been aggressive spending of campaign money. In March, the Biden campaign spent $29.2 million. This is 4 times the amount spent in the previous month, where the Biden campaign dropped about $6.3 million. The president's campaign also managed to make further additions to its cash total. It received $43.8 million in new contributions. More than half of this came through joint fundraising committees. The Biden campaign ended March with $85 million cash on hand. On Tuesday, Joe Biden made a campaign trip to his birthplace in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He also visited his childhood home in the former mining town. In Pennsylvania, Biden unleashed a blistering attack on Trump.
Folks, he's coming for your money, your health care, and your Social Security. And we're not going to let it happen. Can't let it happen. Listen to what he says. He says, quote, "I'll be dictator on day one." Quote, "I am your retribution." He promises, quote, "a bloodbath if he loses." This guy denies January 6th. Listen to what he says, because you know he means it.
While he made no reference to Trump's hush money trial in New York, Biden said the November vote was a battle between Scranton values and Mar-a-Lago values.
You know, people like Donald Trump learned very different lessons. He learned the best way to get rich is inherited. Not a bad way. He learned that paying taxes was something people who work for a living did, not him. He learned that telling people you're fired was something to laugh about. He looked at the economy from Mar-a-Lago, where he and his rich friends embraced the failed trickle-down policies that have failed working families for more than 40 years. Scranton values or Mar-a-Lago values. These are the competing visions for our economy, and they raise questions of fundamental fairness to the heart of this campaign.
There were also some Palestinian flags flying, as protests continue against Biden's support of Israel's war in Gaza. As President Biden extended his campaign blitz, the Republican presidential nominee, Donald Trump, languished in court. Trump's advisors have conceded they have less money than Biden, but they insist they have enough to compete. However, Trump's financial burden from his legal fights is also mounting. On Tuesday, 7 jurors, 4 men and 3 women, were placed on the panel that will decide Trump's guilt or innocence in the New York hush money case. Donald Trump's courtroom conduct once again got him in hot water with the judge. Judge Merkin warned the Republican presidential hopeful against intimidating jurors. This after Trump's lawyers dug through prospective jurors' social media posts, trying to root out those with an anti-Trump bias from getting on the jury.
We are going to continue our fight against this judge. We think he's totally conflicted. He's a conflicted judge. As you know, we're in appeal. I don't think there has ever been a judge more conflicted than this one. He's rushing this trial, and he's doing as much as he can for the Democrats. This is a Biden-inspired witch hunt, and it should end very quickly.
While in New York, the former president did manage to take some time out for a campaign stop. From the Manhattan courtroom, Trump arrived at a Harlem bodega where hundreds had gathered.
We're going to come into New York. We're making a big play for New York. Other cities too, but this city, I love this city. And it's gone so bad in the last 4 years, and we're going to straighten New York out. So running for president, we're putting a big hit on New York.
For now, Trump will have to shuffle between the courtroom and campaigns. As the jury selection resumes on Thursday with a new panel of 96 prospective jurors. Earlier, there had been speculation that the jury selection could take weeks. But Judge Juan Merkin says he was hopeful opening arguments could begin as early as Monday.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.